part 1 of this series, I covered the features of the Titan Ballast Box and how I fixed a bent lift pin ear. I also covered several modifications to it, starting with adding threaded rods that will allow me to attach additional ballast weights or tool-carrying pods. Along the way, I figured out how to keep the rods from turning after the concrete is added. In this part, I begin by making the chainsaw scabbard for the ballast box. To make it, I'm using a length of 1x8 PVC board left over from another project. I cut two 24-inch pieces. Then I cut two 1/2-inch strips. Whoa, Nelly. Wasn't that exciting? Let's see that in slow-mo. That's one reason I stand to the side of a table saw whenever I can. It's also why I wear a heavy canvas carpenter apron when working with the table saw. Next, I ripped the scabbard side panels to 5.5 inches wide. Then I attach the 1/2-inch strips to both edges of a side panel with 1-inch 18-gauge brads. This is just to hold it in place until I screw the other side panel on. I mark the edges where the brads are so that I can avoid hitting them with the screws. Time to screw it together. I'm using 1 5/8" drywall screws, just because they were handy and the right length. That should do nicely. So here's how the scabbard's going to sit inside the ballast box. It's going to be centered up on the rods there. I'll use some 1/2-inch pipe clamps to clamp it to those rods. That'll hold it in position. Of course, once the cement is in there, it's not going to go anywhere anyway. But in the meantime, that'll put it in the right position. The other problem I have is I'm going to need some holes drilled in the very bottom of that so that water, debris can run out. But it so happens that I'm straddling the 2-inch hitch receiver. But if I drill holes on either side here, there and there, I can go either side of it. So I'll have 2 holes on either side to allow water and whatnot to get out. I'll use this 1/2-inch pipe clamp with a couple of little pieces of pond liner, which is basically just rubber. You could use a piece of inner tube too. This will make it fit snugly against the rod. So push that on like that.
Same song, second verse. To make the scabbard drain holes, I need to mark the outline of the scabbard on the bottom. Since most of the paint scuffs and scratches are on the edges, I decided I'd paint all the corners gloss black, which would be pretty stylish, don't you think? So I measured the width of the stripes, then sanded the areas for better paint adhesion before masking everything I don't want black. After a couple of sessions of outdoor spray painting, it's time for the reveal. Well, I think it turned out looking pretty good. In part 3, I finished this project off with some big PVC tool holders, and you'll find out what I decided to do with that hatch on the back. If you enjoy these videos, please help me keep them coming by clicking the like button, commenting below, and subscribing. Thanks for watching.